New drive takeover. Sedano and Kap.
You say Kikuchi.
Wacky forced radio stunt of the year. Ha ha!
Oh, nothing worse than the horse.
A Monday afternoon in the Southland right now. Yeah.
Ba-da-boop. Dee-da-da-da. Boop-ba-da-bop. Beep-ba-da-bop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, be careful out there, bro.
It is really rainy out there.
It is gnarly. For reals.
Mm-hmm.
They get to play golf today over at Riv. Chris and everybody was so
called
excited.
Morales. They were on the course, but it said it was raining, so I don't know.
Dude, I can't take this. I don't know how people could ever live in Seattle. I could never do it because this right here, one day of this, and I was already depressed. And when I say depressed, I don't mean like clinically depressed, but here's what I do mean. Like this morning, George, around 9 a.m., it was raining so hard. You know what I wanted to do to kind of get over the rain and the gray and the cold and the gnarliness? I wanted like some giant, enormous breakfast burrito.
Yeah.
And then I ate this breakfast burrito. And this breakfast burrito could have fed like 14, 15 people. And I put the whole thing down. And then I was just sick and disgusted with myself all day. And I'm looking outside, and it's gray, and the rain is coming down, and it's cold, and it's nasty, and I just feel like a fat ass.
Well, you have SAD.
What is that?
Seasonal affective disorder.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thank you for analyzing that.
Sure. You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
In a big way. Should have had those protein waffles that I have in the freezer. But instead, nope. Right into a massive breakfast burrito that could feed.
Yeah, well, you just spent all that money on those waffles. What the hell?
Well, I'm going to eat them. I mean, they're frozen.
All right.
Yeah, they're in the freezer.
What kind of breakfast burrito was it?
Oh, dude, it was eggs, cheese, tri-tip, guac, and I hate to admit it, but French fries.
Oh, see, everything else sounded fine.
Else great.
You were good until then.
I know, and I thought about asking them to take the fries out because I told them to take the cream out of it. I don't want the sour cream, But I was like, you know what, man? If I'm going for it, I'm just going for it. And it's Monday, and it's my first thing. I'll spend the rest of the week watching my diet, and making sure I'm exercising right and everything else. But it's the rain's fault, man.
So you know what I got?
Tell me.
I got a lumen. Do you know what that is?
A lumen?
Yeah.
What is a lumen?
So a lumen, it looks like a breathalyzer.
Okay.
But it basically, you blow into it like a breathalyzer, and it tells you based on your breath.
Yeah.
What you should do that day for your nutrition.
Come on.
Yeah.
So you blow into this thing.
Mm-hmm.
You blow the Illumin thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it tells you what you should eat?
It tells you how much protein, fat, and carbs you should have on a daily basis based on that.
And so when did you get this Illumin?
I got it a while ago, but I actually started using it today.
Okay. And then when did you blow into it this morning?
I did.
And what did it tell you to do?
It told me that right now I am burning 75% fat, only 25% carbs, so it should be a low-carb day.
Okay, so what'd you do?
Right now I'm under on carbs by a good amount.
Okay.
Probably about 40% below where I should be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on pace on healthy fats, and I'm on pace for proteins.
Okay. Not me, man. I've eaten enough carbs today to last like 6 weeks.
Because you're supposed to put in what you eat.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you right now, the tortilla on this burrito was like the size of a steering wheel, and I'm talking like an 18-wheel truck. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, this thing was monstrous.
Mm-hmm.
Then throw in the French fries for absolutely no reason. I mean, just no reason at all. Had those fries in there. Ugh, I'm disgusted. Just disgusted with You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take an Athletic Greens, and hopefully it's all going to come flying out of me. What are you giggling about?
Athletic Greens. I haven't seen you drink that in a minute, Cap.
Oh, dog, I drink it every day, dog.
Yeah, you don't post much about it.
Well, I haven't been posting, but I drink it every day.
Okay.
Boy, you see DeAndre's new hairdo, George?
I did. I saw of course I did, because he sent it to us in the chat.
Yeah,
That's
look
right.
at that, man.
All I did was just add a little bit of beads to it, make it a little, bring back the old school look, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
George, when you see DeAndre's new box braids, right, and you see the little, what the beads on the end of them,
Yeah.
What do you think when you see that hairdo?
What do I think?
Yeah, what does that remind you of? Like, what does it make you think immediately? Does something come up to your brain like right away?
No, not really.
I'm gonna tell you what I see.
Okay.
Tell you what I see right now. Chris Cross will make you jump. Yeah, Daddy Mac will make you jump. Yeah.
Cap, you're so uncool.
What do you mean uncool?
Because
Chris
that's
Cross will make you jump.
Oldest reference ever of somebody with that hair.
Yeah, but those are like little kids with the box braids with the little things coming down. You know what I'm saying?
DeAndre, he called you a little kid. You hear that?
Yeah.
They call me little kid. That's
Right.
crazy.
Daddy Mac will make you jump. Chris Cross will make you jump. Why, Lindsay Baseball? What do you think?
I mean, I think it looks cool. I said I feel like it does make him look a little younger. So to that point, you're right on.
I mean, what does the lady think, DeAndre?
Lady likes it, man.
Oh, she does, really? She like to run her hair through them beads? Her fingers
man.
through them beads?
Yeah, of course, man.
Come on, George.
I've gotten Little Yachty. I've gotten Coolio.
Coolio, yeah. Coolio, I
Ain't
can
nobody
see.
Coolioing you.
Hey, man, I'm just saying.
Come on, man. You got beef, eat a pork chop.
Daddy Mac will make you jump.
I mean, that one is old, though.
I mean, it is
Chris
old.
Cross. You weren't even born, I think, when that song came
I
out.
don't think I was either.
Yeah.
Well, they'll make you jump. That I can tell you right now.
Do you know the song?
I do know the song. Yeah,
Yeah,
I do know
okay.
the song.
You know that they wore their clothes backwards, so you gotta do that too if you want to look like that.
It's wiggity, 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 whack.
You know it.
Super old reference, Cap.
Anywho,
Well, I'm just telling you, DeAndre looks like Chris Cross and make you jump.
okay. Fair enough. Kappy,
Sir,
what a weekend, huh?
incredible.
I mean, the
Incredible.
football stuff was really fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, that first game, that was the kind of game that if you were going to sit on the couch and fall asleep
Which
for a
first
little
game,
while-
Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah,
There's-
Saturday's
no.
first game.
Yeah.
I mean, the very first game of the weekend
Oh.
was like, hey, if I'm going to snooze on the couch, for just a little bit, that was the game to do it because the second half
was
Baltimore
not
took
was
total
not
control.
yeah was not good. But the first half though, very close, 10-10 going into the half.
Right. But then the second game, that San Francisco Green Bay game was
Out of control, good.
Yeah, I actually went to a bar to watch that game, and the place was going nuts. There were Niner fans, and there were Packer fans, and there were just regular football fans, and there were just people going crazy. That was an amazing game, really an amazing game. And I know we were talking during Super Crosstalk about Buffalo's kicker missing that field goal that would have tied the game. But really, Green Bay's kicker missing a field goal that would have put Green Bay up by 7, that could have changed the entire complexion of the game. So is San Francisco really as good as advertised all year, or did Green Bay just kind of change their fortune at about week 12, 13 and became a team that could compete with San Francisco? It's Monday, I got it, but I really don't know yet what I'm going to do with that San Francisco-Detroit game on Sunday. Because some people think San Francisco will ham slam Detroit.
I don't know about ham slam, but I think they're going to win comfortably.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to be talked into it as the week goes on, one way or the other.
Yeah, I think that the Bills-Chiefs lived up to the billing in a way that I think we expected, which is hard, I think, to do, okay? When you kind of expect a good game, because you've always had good games between the two teams, you think to yourself, well, I mean, eventually there's going to be a stinker in one of those games. And no, they continue to be great games. And when I watched that game, the thing that stuck out to me the most was the Kansas City Chiefs are still the best franchise. They may not be the best team this particular year, but they are still the best franchise because they have morphed into a team that was a video game on offense a couple of years ago to being efficient on offense and incredible on defense. And that's really hard while maintaining their status as one of the best teams in the sport. That is incredibly hard to pull off.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of us, when we think of the Chiefs, we think of Patrick Mahomes, high-flying, Travis Kelce. And then the third person we think of course, is Taylor Swift. But that aside, the way Kansas City runs the football, and to me, Isaiah Pacheco is just a beast. That guy just runs angry. And so the running game of the Chiefs is super impressive. And then throw in the fact that Kelce hadn't scored a touchdown in like 8 weeks and scores 2. Although I will say this about Travis Kelce. I really needed that game to go to overtime because on my prize picks, George, I had Kelce to have 6 or more receptions, and he was at 5.
Right.
And I really needed them to throw him the ball, and they didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
So, but I'll tell you what, Josh Allen, one thing about that Buffalo offense, is there anybody that wants to make a play down the field? Because he can run the ball, Josh Allen, but there's no downfield passing. And when they finally did throw the ball deep,
Yeah, then Diggs dropped it. Yeah.
Stephon Diggs, man, for all the talking that guy does, bro, catch the ball, man. Do you not know that some of us are playing prize picks and we needed Josh Allen to pass for more than 227 yards? Come on, man. Help a brother out.
Yeah, they had 0 plays of 20 yards or more.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That is really incredible that Josh Allen was able to keep that team in that game as long as he did by running the football.
Yeah, and little short passes to the tight ends.
They did a lot of checkdowns, too, to the running back. To James Cook.
Yep. It was just this short. Here's the thing. The Bills basically traded their high-octane offense with potential of turnovers, right? Because that's what they did, to be more conservative with an occasional shot down the field. And that worked in the regular season and against a team like Pittsburgh, but it didn't work against a championship caliber team against Kansas City.
But Josh Allen had chances. I mean, there was that one play.
The play right before Tyler Bass kicked the field goal. Like, he had a man open and he short-hopped it to him.
Dude, right. And then to hear Tony Romo tell everybody, well, the reason for that is because the defender's like hitting him and he's right in his face, and then they show the replay and he's all by himself. I mean, that's just a terrible, terrible throw by Josh Allen.
Can we talk about Romo for a second?
Boy, people are down on Romo.
Here's my analysis. I may have already put this in the chat. I don't remember if I did or didn't. But here's the thing. He's still very good. Don't get me wrong. But when he came on the scene, remember, he was the guy predicting plays because he was fresh out of the league. So he knew what guys were running. And with his familiarity with what guys are running being further and further away, the analysis is no longer blow your mind, oh my God, he's a sage. It's now just good, you know?
I think a lot of people have become annoyed with Tony Romo.
He does talk a lot.
Well, that, and he also makes a lot of noises where he doesn't actually say words, where he goes like,
well, kind of like you.
Well, sometimes, but it's slightly different when you're working with Jim Nance.
Yeah, I mean, that would be you right there.
Right.
You're like Romo.
Jim!
You were like the opposite Romo, though, because remember at the beginning, people didn't love you, and now they love you. So you're like the bizarro Romo.
I guess so, man. I guess so.
But, yeah, it's just like it's good. It's not great. Look, and I know you love Jim Nance, and Jim Nance is a legend. There's no question. But, I mean, he's very good still. But they have a very good broadcast. They don't have, like, a wow broadcast anymore.
Do you think that he gets annoyed? Jim Nance gets annoyed? Yeah.
I don't know. I'll text him and ask him.
Yeah.
I will.
I mean, if I had to secretly guess, I would imagine so.
But he's the one. I mean, listen, it was
He'd
really
never
Jim
admit
Nance.
it.
It was Nance who really put Romo there.
Yeah.
And it was Romo who, by the way, took the world of color commentating and made it into a $20 million a year job.
And he also got Nance paid too in a big way.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
I mean, Nance went out and said Romo's going to be my guy. They pushed Phil Simms out. They made Romo the guy, and a couple years later, seems like more people are annoyed with Romo, whereas people used to love him.
Yeah.
I feel like he's one of those guys where he definitely makes the broadcast more entertaining, whether you like him or not. I think he does. And also, like, he still kind of, like, watches it a little bit from a fan's perspective. Like, the one play when, he was like, hurry up, gotta get the snap up. Don't let them have time to call a timeout. Like, stuff like that. Like, I feel like he gets, like, so into it, he doesn't realize that he just comes off like a fanboy.
Yeah. I have my own theories on why he does that, but we could talk about that later perhaps. But first, Kappy, I want to get into this Lions game. I want to get into the Niners game more specifically. We can get into the Lakers too at some point this hour. But first, you mentioned your prize picks that, Josh Allen did not come through for you. What do you got on tap for tonight?
George, I was so close. You don't even have any idea. I was so close yesterday because I took the tight ends. So I took the Detroit tight end and I put him together with Kelsey. And the Detroit guy, he only needed 4.5 receptions. He had 5 or 6. Kelsey needed 6. He only got to 5. And I'm like, throw the ball to Kelsey. That's all I cared about was throw the ball to Kelsey. So I lost that one. But I won where I put together Isaiah Pacheco to rush for more than 62.5 yards and for Josh Allen to rush for more than like 43.5 yards. So I won that pick right there. That was a really good one. But where I thought I was going to make my money, I put all the quarterbacks together yesterday. I took Jared Goff. I put him together with Baker Mayfield. Then I put him together with the 2 quarterbacks, Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. How do you like this? Goff and Mayfield, they went more than their prize pick number. And as for the late game, Mahomes and Allen, they went less than their prize pick number. That's why I was rooting for Tyler Bass to make the field goal so we could go to overtime so that I could win my prize picks. Because here's what I did. I made a $20 play that was going to win 10 times my money, $200. You think that's exciting? You could take $10 right now and turn it into $1,000 when you play in the special section. If you took LeBron James to make X number of three-pointers and you put them together with Travis Kelce to have X number of receptions, and let's say the Prize Picks number is 10.5, and you need a basketball guy and a football guy to combine to make that play, you could win big, big money on Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com/Kappy, Kappy. Prizepicks.com/Kappy, Kappy. And when you make your first deposit, they match it 100% up to $100. If you have not yet started to play Prize Picks, you got to get into the game, because I'm telling you, I promise you this right now, it will change the way you watch sports. And they've made it even easier now, because now you can use your phone and Apple Pay to make a deposit into your Prize Picks account. prizepicks.com/.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
And today, let's say happy birthday, shall we? To DJ Jazzy Jeff. Of course, was on this classic with Will Smith. Sedano and Kap continues a Bud Light Reaction Monday right now.
Oh, this song, man. I remember it like it was yesterday. How old were
DeAndre, you know
Kevin?
this song? You know this song, DeAndre? Come on.
No.
I don't know this song, but I know DJ Jazzy Jeff is.
You do, huh?
Wait, so like you've never heard the song?
I have not heard this
No,
song.
dude, I was like 10 when this song came out. Like, how would he know?
Well, he kind of fancies himself as a guy who really understands like hip hop and the history of hip hop. You know what I mean? He's got
I don't
the
know if I
hairdo.
classify this necessarily as like the traditional history of hip hop. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, but
like
still, I mean,
maybe
you got-
like if you were like Run DMC or like Africa Bambaataa or something like that.
Africa
like,
Bambaataa.
Yeah.
See, I know those artists. I heard of them.
Yeah, Soul Sonic Force. You know what I
Soul
mean?
Sonic Force. Oh my God, forget about it. If Soul Sonic Force comes on right now,
Those
I'll
are like,
start
but
roller
those
skating
are like
right
the
now.
originals of like like the hip hop movement. Like I wouldn't classify DJ Jazzy Jeff as much as I enjoyed him and Will Smith back then as
Fresh
like
Prince. Yeah.
like pioneers necessarily.
Well, I don't know about pioneers, but I mean, listen, when you got the crisscross haircut,
right?
I figure that crisscross will make you jump, Daddy Mac will make you jump. Then you know who DJ Jazzy Jeff is.
I do know
feel
who
me?
he is.
No, he knows who DJ
Yeah, I
Jazzy
know
Jeff
who he
is.
is.
Yeah, he just doesn't know the song.
It's not
Parents
that good
just
of a
don't
song anyway.
understand.
It wasn't that good of a song.
It was a good song for its time
Yeah,
because
it
it
was
was
all right.
catering to kids.
It was okay.
And kids were into it. Like me,
mean-
10-year-old me was like, yo, that song is dope.
It wasn't like, you got to fight for your right to party.
Well, you were also fighting for your life to party at that time because you were basically almost in college.
Well, yeah, it was the mid-'80s. It was like 1984, 85,
You know what I'm saying?
I was getting
like
close.
Right. Whereas, in 1988, I was a kid.
Well, parents don't understand.
Right. And that to me, like, definitely resonated. You're right. You know what? DJ Jazzy Jeff and Will Smith, you're right. Parents just don't understand.
And you got to fight for your right to party.
Right. Well, you were right. You were a little older, so you had to fight for your right to party because your parents also didn't understand.
They didn't get it.
Right.
So I was in the back of my buddy's Chevy Nova trying to drink like a 6-pack of Pabst Blue Ribbon or something.
Yeah.
In
the interim, Kappy.
Tell me.
Where do you want to spin here? Do you want to go to the Niners? Do you want to go to the Lions? Where do you want to go here?
Well, I guess I'd rather start with the Lions, and
Okay.
here's why.
Yeah.
I told you guys 2 years ago when the Lions were on Hard Knocks that I was going to become a Lions fan.
You did. You followed through. One of the few things you follow through on.
And then yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw the video that was produced at Yamava where I talked – George, tell me you saw this video, please, where I talked about how much I love the Lions because of my history inside the organization. Did you see the video?
I did see, yes.
Okay. Look, the Lions, we're watching something that in our lifetimes we've never seen before. Okay? The Lions for our entire life, other than like 1 or 2 years in the early 90s, organizationally and historically, the Lions are one of the worst franchises, not in the NFL.
In all of sports.
In all of sports.
Yeah.
And we're watching a revival of a franchise. And I don't even know if it's a revival. It
And
might
by
just
the
be
way,
a revival.
before the Super Bowl era, they had more NFL championships than anybody.
That I did not know.
Yeah. Well, if you watched our pal Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth, you would have saw that.
I did watch it, but I was at Yamava yesterday, so I just didn't catch a lot.
Well, that's
of
true. You were hanging out with the circle, so you were probably in mid conversation when that graphic came on. But yeah.
Well, I was in my car for a lot of the game. I was watching the game